2016. I am Lady, and today I am here to do my 2016 reading goals. So it's 2016, y'all. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you all are excited, not just for a great reading year, but a great year just all around. I wish a wonderful, wonderful year for you all. So let's get into these goals. My number one goal is to just actually read. I began 2015 in a major reading slump. I do not want that to happen in 2016. And so my number one goal, read. I have set on Goodreads that I'm going to read 50 books in 2016. And I think that's a pretty simple goal, easy goal to reach. If I do reach that goal early, I might increase it by 5 or so books. But right now, 50 books for 2006. Next, I want to read my own bookshelf. I have recently posted 2 videos of thrift store hauls where I've gotten, I don't know, close to 20 books, and I have them all lined up on one shelf in my book room. I will insert a clip. This is the shelf that I was talking about. You may recognize many of these books from my recent thrift store hauls. One of them is actually a library book. But these are the books that I will read in 2016 in my attempt to clear books on my shelf that I need to read. Shout out up top to Tammy Fearby, a fellow booktuber who is an author. I won that book in a giveaway, and I still haven't read it, but in 2016, it's going down. So those are the first books I want to read in 2016. I want to tackle that entire shelf. So that will definitely help put a dent in that 50 books for the year goal. In 2016, I want to increase my nonfiction reading. I participated in Nonfiction November in 2015. I loved it. I read a total of 8 books in 2015 that was nonfiction. So I want to increase that maybe by 5 books. I think that would be good. I have 2 already. One I got for Christmas. I got Lost and Found by Sarah Jakes. I'm very excited about that one. Also, I want to read The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. It has gotten great reviews. So those are my main 2 for my goals of nonfiction in 2016. Also in 2016, I want to participate in more buddy reads, more read-alongs, more read-a-thons. I participated in a few during my first 6 months on BookTube, and I really enjoyed them. I found out about the Dewey's 24-hour read-along the day of the read-along, so I wasn't able to participate in October, but I have already found out that the first 24-hour read-along or read-a-thon for 2016 is on April 23rd, so I'll be ready for that one. Many of you may not know this, but the reason I started BookTube is I wanted to get into reading books that I had not previously read. I wanted to step out and read different genres. I also wanted to go back and read a lot of things that are considered African American literature classics that I have failed to read in previous years. One of my early videos, maybe my second or third video, I talk about 50 good books for African American women. I think the title of it is, and I found this list of books, first of all, on essence.com. It was written by the Write or Die chick, and it's called The 50 Good Books Every Black Woman Should Read. All of those books are listed in my previous video. I'll make a link below for that video so you can check out all of those books. And so far, I have read 13 books that's on that list. In 2016, I have already went through that list, and I've chosen another 10 books that I would like to get through on that list this year. Those are Invisible Man by Ralph, which I'll be killing two birds with one stone because that's on my shelf. Also, Of Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry on my shelf. Next one, In Search of Satisfaction by J. California Cooper. Fences by August Wilson. Black Betty by Walter Mosley. I think that one is like the fourth or sixth book in the Easy Rowling's series. Let me know if I shouldn't read that one if it's out, because I've never read the other ones, but I don't know if I'll have a problem with reading that one since I didn't read the previous one. So let me know if you are familiar with that series, which I'm sure many of you are. Let me know. And I also have two others actually, Walter Mosley books that I got from the thrift store that I'll be reading from my shelf, so that's great. The next book from the list is Maud Martha by Gwendolyn Brooks, Tumbling by Diane McKinney Whetstone, Annie Allen by Gwendolyn Brooks, which I believe is a book of poetry. Little Black Book of Success, Laws of Leadership for Black Women by Elaine Brown and other authors. I know that book will count as a nonfiction book as well, and it has great reviews on BookTube. And, on BookRead, on Goodreads as well. And next that is on that list is I want to read Dreams from My Father by President Barack Obama, which it was written 8 years, I believe, before he became president. So those 10 books will help me to put a major dent in those 50 good books for Black women. And I'll continue to read, and if I pick up more, and eventually have covered those 50 books and give myself another challenge. Authors that I have yet to read, but I am planning to put an end to that in 2016, and that is Marlon James. I will definitely be reading the Book of Night Women and The Brief History of Seven Killings. In 2015, I checked both of those books out from the library, and both of them end up going back to the library without me reading them. But I will not let 2016 go without reading Marlon James. Also, the second author, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, I gotta read it. The same thing. I have Americana, and I checked out Half of a Yellow Sun, and just never got to them. So in 2016, I'm gonna read 3 of her books: Half of a Yellow Sun, Purple Hibiscus, and Americana. I'm getting those books. I'm reading those 2 authors in 2016 for sure. I have set a few goals to read some graphic novels that I have been eyeing for quite some time. So in 2016, I plan to read Saga Volume 5, March Book 3 if it comes out. I'm not sure if it comes out this year or 2017, but if it does come out, it will be read in 2016. Monster by Walter Dean Myers. I believe that was previously a novel or a movie. I'm not sure, but it's about a teenage boy who finds himself in jail waiting trial for a murder and robbery, and it's like he's picturing his life as a movie, and he's telling a story or something like that. It sounds very interesting. I can't wait to read it, and it's now in graphic novels form. Maus, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, Maus, books 1 and 2 by Art Spiegelman. I have read and heard and watched so many videos about those graphic novels, so I must check them out in 2016. Next is The Wicked and the Divine, volumes 1, 2 are already out. Volume 3 will be out in February, so I'll probably wait to read that graphic novel series later on in the year once the volume 3 has been released. And the final one is Miss Marvel by G. Willow Wilson. It will be me stepping out of the box, reading something a little bit different, but I have noticed on Goodreads a lot of people that I have similar reading tastes with, they actually enjoyed it. So I'm adding it to my 2016 goal. Another goal I have set for 2016 is for the month of February, I will only read James Baldwin. I fell in love with James Baldwin in 2015, and I just want to read everything that I possibly can by him. So I know a lot of people dedicate the month of the month of February to reading African American literature. So that's what I'm going to do. Nothing but James Baldwin for me in February 2016. Next is one series that I want to complete or start and complete in 2016, and that is the Earthseed series, which consists of 2 books by Octavia Butler, The Parable of the Sower and The Parable of the Talents. I have mentioned those books on more than one occasion in 2015. Time just wouldn't allow it. So many other things came out, and I was like, I just had to read it, and those books end up going back to the library. But I will not let 2016 go by without reading those 2 books. So those are my goals for 2016. Now that I have completed this, it sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot, but I think I could do it. Some of the stuff I'll be, reading what's on my shelf will help cover some other categories, so I feel really good about it. So let me know if you have done a 2016 reading goals video. Just mention it below and I'll go check it out. Let me know some of your goals. I hope we all have a wonderful year, and like I said earlier, not just a wonderful reading year, but in all aspects of life. I wish much happiness and prosperity to you all. This is Lady. This has been my 2016 reading goals. I really thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.